This is Art Life Video Blog, day 72. I'm Glen Larsen, artist in Portland.
My name is Jacob Wolf. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really excited to be here today. Thank you for inviting me here into your studio. This is really an amazing place. How long did you say you've been here?
I've been in this studio for 13 years.
13 years. And what brought you here?
My truck.
Your truck. What were the circumstances that brought you here to this studio?
Well, it was just happenstance. I just found the studio and arranged to be here, and been working in downtown Portland for 13 years.
Wow. It's really an amazing place. What kind of an artist did you say you were?
I do, I would say, to put a name on it, probably constructionist, minimalist type work. But it's more of a experimental type work. Yeah, I paint what I want, when I want, you know, what comes out of the natural flow.
And I'm gonna just quick show the studio here, and he's working on multiple paintings, multiple projects all at once. I mean,
I usually keep about 3 or 4 different actual painting type pieces, but I may branch off into woodwork, working with plastics, etchings at any time. I mean, I usually work in a large format, a minimum dimension of probably about 40 inches would be the small dimension, but most of my work I like to work in the 48 plus by 60 plus inches pieces. I have, you know, pieces that are 48 inches by 12 feet. It just, whatever I like. I like the sense of space that it gives me.
when did you start painting?
Well, I probably started painting in secondary school. Is when I got an interest in actually putting paint on a surface. I was doing a lot of drawing as far back as I can remember. I can remember doing drawings at 5 years old. It was basically a way for my mother to keep me quiet in church. She would give me a pencil and a pad of paper, and you know, during church, and I would paint or draw, and kept me busy. And people says, "Oh, that's interesting." They liked that. They thought that was nice, and so I thought, well, I'd really get more out of this part of my life than the church part of it. So I knew that at an early age that drawing, doing something creative would be my life's work. I think I knew at a fairly early age that I'd never make any money doing it. You know, there's something more to doing this than money. It's a search. I think it's kind of a search for the unobtainable. excellence. Everything I do, I think partly is a strive towards just making something excellent that wasn't there before I started. I probably got there about 3 times in the last 50 years. You know, the work I don't. I don't hold my work sacred or anything like that. It's do what I want to do at that moment and move on and do the next thing. And just try to make something that's a good, good quality. It has to be good quality. I don't believe in the phrase self-taught artist. I took some classes, junior high, high school, some limited classes in college, but I always was fortunate to be surrounded by good artists that knew more than I did. And I like to surround myself with those people. And
do you still have those people in your life?
No, not so much. I'm more recluse now and more hermetized. And actually, I don't look for any input into my work. I see that as interference. I don't want anybody interfering at all with what I'm doing. I don't care if they like what I do or not. But I don't want them to interfere. I don't want them to interject.
Right.
I try to be very selective on what I let inside to affect what I do. I had good mentors though, so it's no such thing as self-taught. I was taught a lot of things by a lot of people: how to use paint, how to use the materials, how to use the tools. So I don't believe in being self-taught. I had a lot of really good mentors that taught me a lot and how to look at things.
What did you go to college for?
Architecture.
Architecture?
Yeah.
And then how many years were you in architecture?
Oh, probably 35.
35 years. And you recently retired?
No, 3 or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago?
Actually, I was 5 years old. They asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up. I told them retire, and I started the next day.
So I was going somewhere with that.
Do you edit this shit?
Huh? No, we don't edit this shit. This is all one take. And sometimes I have I have a brain fart on camera. Thanks for embarrassing me. No.
All right, man. You're the one that wanted to come over and chit chat. So
yeah.
No, I've been real fortunate while I've been in Portland. I've had the studio. Haven't had to pay for it, and I don't have to, deal with. I never think of, what am I going to sell this painting for? Or, what can I get out of this piece of artwork? Because I really don't care.
I know what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, does your experience in architecture affect your...
Oh, sure. Everything affects. I'm very, a lot of my